Worrying about weight gain is easily the biggest thing that stops people from reverse dieting. The problem is if you're on low calories and doing tons of activities and you're stuck, the only way you can start seeing progress again is by getting your calories up so your metabolism adapts to those higher calories. But if you jump your calories up too quickly, your body can't keep up with this and you're gonna store fat quickly. With reverse dieting, you gradually increase your calories so your body can adapt along the way, helping you minimize fat gain. Minimize doesn't mean you're not gonna gain any fat, but understand it's temporary and it's the very thing that's going to set you up for the success you're after. So while you may see all these posts on social media where clients are losing weight while they're increasing calories, this is not normal. It's very rare. Most of the time there's a logical reason for it, like they're just sticking to their plan better, which puts them into a calorie deficit. So you shouldn't expect that. That's why I try to show real examples where people gain weight during the process, but they eat more, they're doing less cardio, they fix their metabolism, and then they're able to diet down the road and get where they want to be because of this. So don't get too caught up in what's happening during the reverse. That's not what's important. What's important is you're putting yourself in a position to succeed. Now, there are some things you can focus on to help mentally with the weight gain, but quickly first, make sure you don't diet too quickly. I don't want you to be the person who freaks out about weight gain, decides to diet when their body's not ready, your body doesn't respond, you undo all your progress with the reverse. Now you're starting over from scratch at a higher body fat level, and it's just so demoralizing. You gotta give your body time to adapt, and if you rush this process, it is not going to end well. Now, one of the best things you can do to help not only psychologically, but also physiologically for setting yourself up for the cut is to view the reverse dieting phase more like a building phase. And you might be thinking, well, isn't that just for bodybuilders and people who want to gain loads of muscle? No. I mean, yes, that's certainly a big focus of them, but not only is muscle building the best thing you can do to actually increase your metabolism, it's going to help with body composition. Trust me, if you don't want a lot of muscle, it's not going to happen by accident. And honestly, I have so many people who complain about never having muscle definition, but they've never done an actual building phase in their entire life. But also, it makes it much easier to handle weight gain when you're specifically trying to build muscle, because you know muscle has weight. If I want to add muscle, the scale number is going to have to go up. So it makes it mentally easier to accept those increases in the scale when you know it's going to good use versus just kind of going, oh, I don't want to gain weight as much as possible and freaking out every time that number goes up. And the thing so few people seem to understand is it's what you do when you're not dieting that makes the biggest difference in your long-term physique goals, and not to mention how your body will respond during your cutting phase. And also, it's really important to understand there is a big difference between scale weight and body fat. And I've seen loads of times where they've kept around the same weight, but their body composition improves. I've even seen people increase their scale weight with a better body composition. So you definitely don't want to just only focus on the scale either. What's incredibly important to focus on is all the benefits that come with it. Understand, basically everything that's good about this process comes from the reverse diet. There's only one benefit to a fat loss phase, that's fat loss. Everything else is going to be worse. In your reverse, you're going to be less hungry, you're going to have more flexibility with your diet, you're going to have higher energy levels, you're going to perform better, you're going to get stronger, yes, improve metabolism and build more muscle, you're going to sleep better, your mood will likely be better. Like I said, everything is better in the reverse, so get excited about it. Don't fall into the grass is greener mentality I see all the time, where you're in a reverse and all you can think about is how you want to lose weight, so you don't even enjoy all the benefits from it. Then you go into a cutting phase, and then all of a sudden, instead of enjoying being in the cut, you're going, I want more food, I'm hungry, I have no energy. It's like, no, focus on the benefits of whatever phase you're in and understand that it's a temporary thing. And the other nice thing about being in a reverse, especially if you've always struggled with your relationship with food and your relationship with body, this is a fantastic time to really work on these things, because it's really hard to create a great relationship with food when you're constantly restricting your calories, and you just can't be flexible if you're constantly starving yourself. So now you're learning to include things that you normally couldn't. You're seeing that everything's okay, and you're not looking at foods as good or bad anymore. I love helping people get in shape. I think there can be a ton of value in improving your body and getting stronger and all these things. But at the end of the day, you're so worried about what other people think about your body, and nobody cares. Nobody. Not even the people that are closest to you could give two shits what you look like or how much you weigh. And I don't mean that negatively. I'm not coming down on you, the person. I'm saying that about everybody, myself too. Do you care what I look like at any different phase? I don't think so. It's a good thing. Now you learn to be able to go out and be able to eat with your friends and not stress out about how much you're having. You don't always have to feel like you have to make up for it and constantly restrict yourself. It just takes so much pressure off. Now, with all that being said, you don't want to just completely let go. Health always matters. Still want to stay active. It is a good idea to taper your cardio down some so you have some room to increase your cardio when it's time to cut. But doing maybe around an hour to an hour and a half of cardio per week is perfectly reasonable just for health benefits. And almost every time someone gains way more weight than they were expecting, it's because they got super loose with things. Oh, I'm going to gain weight anyways, so I might as well do whatever I want. And then they balloon up like crazy and then feel like, well, the reverse diet sure didn't work. And it's like, no, you didn't really follow the reverse diet, right? So you still want to stay diligent. It's just going to have more flexibility than in a cutting phase. But with all that being said, I know one of your biggest concerns is, what if I gain this weight and then I can't lose it when I go back to diet? Because it's so hard for you to lose weight. Here's what I want to say about that. You've probably never in your life gone through a full reverse building phase. When's the last time you systematically increased your calories and held them for like a year or more? It's always been diet hard, get frustrated, give up, YOLO it, freak out, come back, diet hard again. You're just all over the place and the body is just going to guard against it because it just feels like you're starving it all the time. So don't predict your weight loss in the future based on your previous poor habits. You're now going to fix them and put yourself in a more optimal position. And if you do things the right way, you are going to spend way more of your life not dieting than you will dieting. And the ironic part is most people who don't reverse diet because they're afraid they're going to gain weight end up gaining way more weight than they would have during a reverse diet, because what they try to do is just white knuckle it and try to force it until you get to the point where you can't take it anymore and you just say F it and you binge your face off and you gain weight rapidly. But now you've gained more weight than you would have during the reverse, but because it was so fast and you haven't given your body time, you haven't done anything for your metabolism. So now you've gained all that weight, but you still can't come back and diet. Whereas with the reverse, yeah, you're gonna gain some weight, but it's systematic. You help minimize it and you'll be able to come back and diet that weight off and then some much more easily. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, okay, that's all great, but how do I reverse diet? How long do I need to reverse diet before I can cut again? How does everything work? Well, what I want you to do is check out this video next. It's going to cover everything you could possibly need to know about reverse dieting so you can finally see the success you're after. So I'll see you in that other video.